Hey guys, it's your boy Tendo.
Oh my god. What's up everybody, Tendo here, and I got a wild adventure for you. I left the house to go video game shopping, and video game shopping I did, but I also found something else along the way that I've had in my eBay cart ever since it came out. But people on eBay are scalping, and they're raising the prices way more than what they cost at the store. But I found one while we were video game shopping. And then I continued to find most of the rest of them, but I had a really hard time finding the last one. So check this out. Let's go video game shopping, and let's get into this wild adventure. Today's first stop is a Zia Records, which is a local chain of buy-sell trade stores here in Phoenix where I live. I stop at a lot of them on my channel, but this is one I don't get to very often because it's very far away from my house, 35-40 minutes if traffic is good. But I drove up here today because I made a little bit of a mistake. A few videos ago, I went to several of these Zias because they had a sale going on. And I was mistaken in thinking that this sale had extended to today, and it actually hadn't. So I thought I was going to come up here and shop at a Zia that I hadn't shopped at for that sale, but it was over the day before. My mistake. I'm not very good with dates. So I'm going to shop around anyways. This place usually has a great stock of bottom dollar NES and N64 games. I mean, mostly sports titles as you'd expect, but this is how I get my sports titles out of the way without looking too hard for them. I just dig them out of baskets like this. Continuing with the under the table deals, look at this stuff just piled up underneath some of the CDs. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but there was a fight stick, and here's a PlayStation bag. I love that bag, but I've already got one. And there's a few in-box Skylander sets there. Here's a basket full of random peripherals. And here is an NES Advantage with a not terrible price tag on it, $15-16. I considered getting it, but much like the one I have for my SNES, I'll just wait until I have some store credit to get one. It's not really the kind of thing I like to spend cash on. So I'm going to keep digging through these baskets. I'm not even sure that they're bottom dollar baskets. This might actually be stuff that they're supposed to reshelf, and they just toss it here until they can get to it. Not really sure. Here's a Game Boy battery, which I would also love to have, but it was marked a little high. I just bought one of those portable batteries for my Game Gear, and I would love to have one for my Game Boy, but we're going to keep looking. There was a PlayStation 2 stand, and here's something rather peculiar that you've probably seen on my channel before if you've watched many of these videos, and it's a Gears of War box for your Xbox 360. I found one at the Thrift not too long ago, but it was torn up, so I didn't buy it. And that one was $20, I believe. I considered buying it, but it's the kind of thing that, again, don't like to spend cash on, and I don't really have room for more big boxes like that. But on to the rest of the video games. Here's a lot of in-box stuff. Intellivision, Sega Genesis. I don't really spend much money on Intellivision games. I just buy them at the Thrift when I come across them. So I'm not going to end up digging through that too hard today. I was pretty interested in some of these in-box Game Boy games, especially this Dual Masters game. I have a couple different Dual Masters games on a couple different systems. But again, price isn't quite right yet. I'm going to dig until I find something that's just right. I got to where I started to feel like I was striking out at this Zia, but luckily I had the talented Hannah Don't Call Me Banana with me, and she found something that she knew that I'd been looking for. Another Monster Rancher game. There's a bunch of Monster Rancher games on a bunch of systems, and I buy them all the time on my channel. And I also buy a lot of Dynasty Warriors, which I'm looking through here, but there didn't end up being any of them that I didn't have. But look at this Digimon game. I came really close to buying it. The case was in pretty terrible condition, so I just put it back. More Dynasty Warrior games. We usually forget to check the PlayStation 3 section for Dynasty Warriors because if you ever played Dynasty Warriors, you might be like me and you just remember it on the PlayStation 2. So it doesn't quite occur to me to look for it on the PlayStation 3. But here's something I thought you might want to see. An Area 51 game. I guess they're trying to capitalize on the current online phenomenon that is a bunch of dummies talking about storming Area 51. What about you? You in? You down to storm it? Naruto run? Let's go. I'm not really sure how I didn't know that this 3DS existed. It's beautiful. Look at it. It looks just like my favorite console, the Super Nintendo. But I'm just taking a look around the lockboxes here, not seeing a lot today. And if you're wondering why I'm flashing you this wallet full of cash, it's because, well, it's my birthday. And my father gave me $100. And he probably wouldn't like that I'm spending it on video games, but it's my money. And here's a couple Pez that I showed on my channel at a different Zia a couple episodes ago, and I didn't end up buying them then, but I thought long and hard about it, and I have decided I'm buying them. Have birthday money, will spend. I'm pretty happy with that. I found a copy of a Monster Rancher game that I've been looking for a long time, but I couldn't find it cheap enough. Last couple times I saw it, it was like 30 bucks. I found it for 15, 16 bucks today, so I couldn't pass it up. Not bad for a first stop for the day. I had talked a really big talk this morning about stopping at several thrift stores before we finally stopped to eat. And, well, that didn't happen because there was a Hawaiian barbecue place on the side of the road as we were driving away from that Zia Records, and Hannah said, "Ooh, let's go there." And I said, okay. And it was actually pretty good. We have one Hawaiian restaurant here in Phoenix that we like a lot, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not guilty about cheating on that Hawaiian restaurant with this one because this one was much, much better. We will be going again, much like.
That smells good.
Is this one yours?
Yeah. Rude!
What'd you think?
It was good. I liked it.
5 stars. We'll eat again.
Yes.
And would you look at that? It's a super Target. You know, it's kind of come to my attention that plenty of my viewers are from smaller towns, and that's all right because I myself hail from a small town in western Kentucky where we don't have things like big, nice super Targets. Well, if you've never heard of a super Target, it's basically just a Target that's on crack. It's just super extra. It's wild. It just has twice as much of everything. And I certainly did not know that they existed until I moved to this town.
Hey guys, it's your boy Tendo.
Oh my god. Oh hey, it's Tendo. You ready to do some thrifting? Okay. I'm about to lose my mind. I was just about to order these on eBay. Look. Is there any others? Where's Princess Peach?
Yoshi.
There's no Peach. I know, but... Oh, man. All of these are set aside for these Hot Wheels. Look here. There's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi. And I need 2 of each so that I can use one on our Hot Wheels videos. If you haven't seen our series of Hot Wheels videos, go check it out. But then I need one to open. I need one to open and one to keep and put on the shelf. Well, we're at least getting these 3. Does this mean we have to go to more Targets now? You're into that? All right. I love it when happy accidents happen because Target and these Hot Wheels were not part of the plan today, but I've had them in my eBay cart for a while at like $10 to $15 a piece. That's what people are charging for them on eBay. So I was very happy to get them at their original price. Next stop is a Deseret Industries, and we are at this point pretty well behind on the things that we needed to get done today because, well, Target will do that to you. It will swallow you up and not let you go. But we finally made it on to the other side of the town. We got some stuff done, and then we stopped by this Deseret, and I'm very happy about it because I stop at these Deserets on my channel all the time, but this is one I don't get to as often because it is super far away from my home, almost an hour. If traffic is good, you can get there in maybe 45 minutes. And it's sad that this Deseret is so far away from home because it is by far the best of the 3 in town. Oh, but wait a minute. I want you to look at this because here I am complimenting this store, and here's what it gives me. A real good mix-up. This is the case for Sims Busting Out, but on the inside is the disc for the first Sims game and a Player's Choice Edition at that. Great. Not a great start, but let's keep digging because there's no telling what else is in here. Some really random stuff, and then a lot of sports games for the PS3. But that's all right. It's just nice to see any PS3 games in the Thrift. And there's a couple games like this here that looked like something I didn't have, but there were no manuals inside of them. And then we got onto some Wii games, but I actually had most of them. You know, I get a lot of my Wii games here at Deseret, so I'm not surprised to see a handful of Wii games. Lego Indiana Jones, I've got that one. More sports games, Guitar Hero. Here's one I don't have. Let's see if it's all there. And it looks like it is. We'll hold on to that one. I've already got that one. I've got that one. I don't check the toys at these Deseret thrift stores as much as I do at Goodwill's because they just do a terrible job of organizing them. They've just got these shelves, and anything toy related, they just pile it in. I do say often on my channel that I don't mind digging for things. If you've watched the episodes where I go to the Goodwill bins, you know that to be true, but I don't know. I've just never had any luck finding anything here, but I gave them an eyeball today and found nothing.
They're vintage 70s. They're amazing.
We were driving to the next thrift store, and Hannah shouted, "There's a World Market. Can we go?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to go to a World Market. I never want to go to a World Market," because it's a store that she spends like hours in.
I love it.
And then I got to thinking, well, they do have Pez probably because they've got funny stuff. And I said, "Okay, I'll go if you buy me a Pez." And she said, "Okay!" If you've never been to World Market, it's a pretty interesting store. It's not really something I'm super into. Hannah loves it. Hannah worships this place. Hannah won't stop talking about this place. Every time we're in the car, it's like, "Hey, let's go to World Market, yay, yay, World Market." But I obliged this time, and we went in. Listen to me. I sound like a dictator. What am I talking about? We go wherever she wants, and she wants to go here a lot. So we end up here a lot, and I just kind of walk around in circles and try to find something interesting. But as you know, your boy Tendo is a world-renowned Pez collector. So clearly, I've only come into this store to look for the Pez. And it took me a little while to find them. And then here they are. But I want you to look at this. I'm so mad right now. They're all Hello Kitty. Listen, nothing wrong with Hello Kitty. But your boy's not here to look for the Hello Kitty Pez. If these Hello Kitty Pez are the only ones, I'm going to be real mad. But it's all I can find. Then I stumbled around the store some more and found that they had a candy section. Surely there's some Pez, and oh my God, there's a lot of Pez! And right off the bat, this should look familiar. We've already bought this guy today, so let's keep looking through these.
Oh my God.
So first I only found Hello Kitty Pez, and I thought, oh no, she bamboozled me. But then
Those are amazing.
they've got Mario ones, but I don't see anything new. What do you have?
Butterscotch root beer.
Ooh.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
And that, my friends, is a lesson on how to swindle your significant other into buying you Pez. It's an emoji. The next stop is a Savers that we also don't get to very often. And we were actually on our way here whenever Hannah shouted, "Oh my God, World Market!" And we had to turn around and go back there. But this is an alright Savers. I've bought lots of video games here. There's usually some pretty good stuff here in the lockbox. So I went to check it out, and there's nothing. But it's important to keep in mind that the Savers sale day was just a couple days ago, so they're probably pretty well picked over. I'm not expecting any miracles today, just hoping to get a handful of games. So I'm digging through what they've got, and right off the bat, there is a How to Train Your Dragon game. But the price was a little bit high, so let's keep digging. And what is this? It's a hamster game. Okay, didn't know that existed. Keep digging. There's a game. There's actually a few games there I already had. And I had to look at my spreadsheet on this one to make sure I didn't have it. But there's a Star Wars game I didn't have. And then we run into all the PC stuff. Not anything I'm interested in. And then a handful of PlayStation 3. Some more PlayStation 2 that I already have. And then look at this beauty. A redneck Wii game. Sounds right up my alley, right? Because, I mean, you guys call me Tendo, but my mother named me Dallas. And, you know, I'm from Kentucky. Sometimes I talk like this. So clearly I'm interested in redneck games. And sometimes I think it's interesting to see a couple of thrift stores back to back and how they do things different. Look at how these toys are organized. I've looked through these toys a lot on my channel at different Savers, and I have a love-hate relationship with it because A, it's very organized and very easy to kind of dig through, but then at the same time, you really end up buying things that you don't want just to get the toy in the bag that you do want. So, double-edged sword. I went and checked out the magazines, which I only remember to do about half of the time. I'm just looking for gaming-related magazines. Wouldn't it be nice to find a big stack of Nintendo Power at a thrift store one day? It'll happen one day. If we just thrift enough, we will find Nintendo Power at the thrift. But that day is not today. They say that the perfect game doesn't exist. Well, I'm here to tell you, Calvin Tucker's Redneck Jamboree, it exists. Oh no, would you look at that? It's another Target. Not a Super Target this time, though. That last Target was a Super Target, and this is a regular Target, and I'm afraid that those Mario Hot Wheels are going to be resigned to just the Super Target. It's not very often that you go to multiple Targets in a row, but when you do, patterns start to emerge. And here's one that I found today. There's a section of cars in all the Targets that I went to that are not Hot Wheels, and they are on the complete opposite end of the toy section from the actual Hot Wheels. And that kind of scared me the first time because I saw that there was nothing related to what I was looking for there. And then I was going to go ahead and leave, and as I was leaving, I saw another section where there were actually Hot Wheels. So that's kind of strange, but here is the Hot Wheels section, and what do you have here? Mario Kart Hot Wheels, the best Hot Wheels ever made. Fight me, that's the truth. There's no telling me any different. Alright, they have them. The dollar says there's no peaches here. So what do we still need? We have all this, right? We don't have Luigi. We need 2 Luigi. Yeah, why? Peach is going to be... So I have 1 Yoshi and 1 Bowser. Ain't that frustrating? Alright, another score. I left with 2 Luigis. That means that now all I have to find is Peach. The ever elusive Peach. This is like a real game of Mario. We gotta go rescue Peach! But again, if you're wondering why I'm buying doubles, I'm opening 3 of them. 1 for each of us, me, Hannah, and Patrick. And so after opening them, I'll still have a whole set sealed to hang on the wall, probably next to my Pez. And then the other 3, I'm gonna roll down a giant hill, like IRL Mario Kart. All right, this is the last Target we are going to today. The absolute last one. If Peach isn't here, Peach is ripped, Peach is canceled. You don't get Peach. We live smack dab right in between 2 Targets, and this is the one that we go to most of the time. So let's see if they might have Peach. Wow, there's even less. There's just...
They have 1, don't they?
Oh, it doesn't matter as long as there's 1.
I'm so happy.
Is that literally the only one?
I think so.
Come on, Peach. We need 1 more Peach. No, it's ripped. It's ripped for double Peach. Hey, we got one though. So how many Targets have we been to?
3.
Took a 3rd try to get a Peach.
We only have 1. We have to go to another one.
Hey, 1's good enough for tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super impressed that Ninja's selling stuff in Target. That's crazy. Wait a minute, this is even better. Is this really a Tim the Tatman figure? What'd you find?
What's in here?
Want. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised there actually was one. I was pretty sure we were gonna have to go to like 3 more Targets, but I'm gonna open this one up, so I'll have to find another one elsewhere to keep. But we can do that later.
Your Peach.
All right, score, we got it.
We did it.
We found Peach. But tell me why I was a dime short for buying this, and Hannah reached into her purse to grab a dime and pulled out loose jelly beans. Loose jelly beans.
They fell out of the bag.
You're lying. How many years have they been in the bottom of that purse?
2-3 weeks, maybe.
Today ended up being full of surprises because here is a Five Below, which I've talked about recently on my channel. We have just discovered that they have been popping up all around Phoenix. So when we realized that there was one just 2 doors down from the Target, we decided we had to go. Well, when I say we decided, I mean Hannah demanded that we go because she said she needed some quote-unquote beauty products. So we ended up going, and I'm glad that she talked me into it because this is the first time I have seen video games in a Five Below. And Five Below is Five Below because everything in the store costs 5 or below, which is awesome. That means all these video games are $5 or below. But I say all these video games, and it was just 20 copies of 2 different games. And I don't have this Zelda game, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it for my 3DS. And would you believe this? There's more Pez. Not mad about that. And as you can see here, immediately I found more emoji. I kind of want to get them. If you've watched many of my videos, you know I kind of like playing around with emojis on the screen. So wouldn't mind having some emoji Pez on the wall for inspiration. But I'm way more interested in these Nintendo Pez. And if you look on the back here, who's that second one there? You see Peach? I have the other 3, but wouldn't you know, I don't have Peach. And you know who's not here at this Five Below? It's Peach. Why is she running away from me? What did I do to her? Why is she so mad at me? Why won't she just come back? I said I was sorry. This is really getting annoying. I don't want to go to every Five Below in town just to find a Peach Pez dispenser, okay? I just want just one of them to hang on the wall, okay? Back over here in reality, they have some Nintendo t-shirts, and they're pretty cool, but they're not going to fit your boy because they're all like mediums and large. But I will say that I like this Nintendo seal of approval sticker on the shirts. I wish I could get a roll of those. That's pretty awesome. I'm not going to steal it. I'm just feeling how thick it is. So let's pay for this Zelda game, and then let's head back to the game room. All right, guys, we were back in the game room. It wasn't that wild. Today was long. It was as long as it looked. We did just as much off camera as we did on camera. We got back really late at night. But you know what? We found Peach, and that's all that matters. So let's run through everything I got. Let's start with the not gaming stuff first. Thumbs up emoji, Pez. That's pretty dope. I swindled my way into that one, as you saw. And then these two, awesome. I spotted these on a previous game haul, and several people commented that they were pretty cool and suggested that I should buy them, and they were right. I've thought about them ever since I first saw them. I've thought about them, and now I own them. And I've got both of them. There's only 2. It's very fitting. I live in Phoenix, which is land of the cacti. So those are cool. I'm happy to have those. Gonna hang them on the wall right here behind the camera where you'll probably never see them, but I'll get to look at them. I'll get to love them, so don't worry about it. Next, let's talk about the Hot Wheels. Very excited about this. Honestly, you should be excited about this. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed, you should subscribe just because of this, because these are going to get rolled down a hill next week. I'm going to roll them down a giant hill with cameras, and you're going to want to see it, all right? So hit the subscribe button. But let's go over Mario and Luigi here. I got 2 of each, because these are going to be part of that video, and I wanted one to open and one to keep and hang up on the wall, again, behind the camera where you'll never see them because they're mine, they're not yours, don't worry about it. So 2 of those, and then I got 1 each of these, but I'm going to open Peach, which means I've got to go find another Peach. And isn't it kind of weird that Bowser's in that pink car? Every time, while we were shopping for these, I kept thinking that I saw Princess because I saw this pink car, but that's Bowser's car. Bowser likes pink too. I'm into it. I'm not mad about it, but Princess Peach, she was very hard to find. And I'm surprised that the Target that had this one had them, because every Target we went to had a couple or other, and the rest of them were picked over. And I just kind of figured that that particular Target that had this Peach, it would also be picked over because it's in such a central spot. It's right in the middle of town. It's the main Target that everyone goes to here where I live. So I'm surprised it was the one that had the Peach. I am going to have to go to a few more Targets this week, though, to find another one, because if I don't get it now, you know it's going to end up being harder to get. And I'm not paying $15 for a Peach on eBay when it's only $5 at Target. So the search will continue for a second Peach. But in the meantime, this one's going to get opened. All right, that's all the not video game stuff, and I'm very happy about all that. I couldn't be more happy about these Hot Wheels. Can't wait to hang them on the wall. But make sure you come back around soon, because I'll be making a whole vlog about this back wall that you don't see and how I'm redecorating it with things such as this. But let's move on to the video games. Not the largest video game haul I've ever had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, numbers are hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Let's start with Triple Play 2000 for the N64. I never missed an opportunity to buy a N64 game for just $2, and that's all that was. And then this was awesome. This is kind of full circle. It is a sealed copy of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I got it at a Five Below store, which just 3 or 4 videos ago, someone informed me in the comment section that Five Belows did in fact have cheap games sometimes. And I've been to probably 5 or 6 Five Belows since. This is the only one I found them in, but there's another handful of Five Belows in town to go, and we're going to go to those soon. And not only am I going to be looking for more video games at those, but there's a Peach Pez that I don't have. Not a Peach Hot Wheel, a Peach Pez. I didn't know it existed because I didn't pay attention to the Super Nintendo Pez that I already have. And the only one I'm missing in that set is a peach. Why is it peach? It's always so hard. Why does everyone go to the store and buy all the peaches? I was really happy to find video games in the Five Below. There's one really close to my house. Actually, I'm equidistant between two. So I'll be frequenting both of those pretty regularly just to see if games show up. Next, MX Rider for the PlayStation 2. Paid $3 for that one at the Deseret, but it's in great condition. They get a lot of great condition games there. I very rarely leave there with games that are all beat up. This came from there as well. This is ESPN X Games, Snowboarding. It's a really weird title. Snowboarding 2002. It's really weird too because I don't see ESPN anywhere on the regular title on the front. I mean, it's down here in the corner. But the official title on the spine is ESPN Games, Snowboarding. Cool. Next, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. There's so many Star Wars games, but this one was in great condition. It was just a couple bucks, so I picked that up. And then this, I'm probably a little bit more excited about it than I should be. Calvin Tucker's Redneck Jamboree. We have a series of videos that we've been getting into filming us playing really, really bad video games. Or at least video games that look bad. The hope is that along the way on that journey we find some video games that aren't so bad. This is going to be terrible. There's it's going to be bad. This is the worst game ever made. And last and certainly not least, a game that's been high on my list to buy, and that is Monster Rancher Battle Card Episode 2. I don't know exactly the backstory, but there's some weird thing where this is the game. There's no Episode 1, and if there was, it's like a Japanese release. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I've been looking high and low everywhere for every Monster Rancher title because it's just such a ridiculous anime, it's such a ridiculous story, it's such a ridiculous concept. And it's just always dumb, but it's fun. And so, again, playing dumb video games, we're going to be making a big video about all of the Monster Rancher games. I've been talking about it for a while on my channel, and it's still a little ways off because that's just past the halfway mark. I now have one more than half of the games in the Monster Rancher series. And that's for all systems. There's a couple Game Boy games, there's several PlayStation 1 games, which I think I have all of. There's 2 or 3 PlayStation 2 games now that I don't have. But I'm going to get them. I've been finding them slowly. I got a great deal on this. This was $30 every other time I saw it, and I got this one for $15, so super happy about that. And that's it. That's all the games. That's all the Hot Wheels. You're going to want to come back for these. Hit subscribe. That's all the Pez. Very happy about these. Those cactus are so cool. Tell me those cactus aren't cool. You know what? Leave a comment below. What was your favorite thing that I found today? If you don't say these cactus Pez, unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. Don't unsubscribe. I need you. I need your attention. I mean, I'm going to imagine that these Hot Wheels were probably everyone's favorite. And you know what? Forget that. Comment below which was your favorite Hot Wheel, but wrong answers only. What was your favorite Hot Wheel? Which one of these do you think is best? Peach? Green Boy? Red Boy? Scary Turtle? Is that all of them? Who did I forget? Lizard Dude. Which one's your favorite? My favorite, Lizard Dude for sure. Wrong answers only. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Do go over to my Twitch page and hit that follow button because we're going to be doing all kinds of crazy stuff. With the stuff that I just bought and the other games that I buy on this channel and my thrifting videos, go hit follow so that you can get notifications when we go live there. And you can come hang out with us there. Also here on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. And most importantly, hit that bell notification so that when I post more videos like this in the future, you can come back and hang out with us then. And until then, guys, peace out.